The feeling internally at Man United is that Marcus Rashford has increasing chances to continue at the club. So the expectation now at the beginning of August is that unless something crazy happens on the market, Marcus Rashford can really stay at Manchester United, compete for a place at the club, and be available for Michael Carrick. I was telling you during the World Cup that Carrick wants to work with Marcus Rashford, that Man United are waiting to welcome him back to training for the pre-season, and that's the case. Man United are waiting for Rashford, and at the moment there are no concrete movements for Marcus Rashford in terms of exit. Rashford is not going to Al Nassr, to Fenerbahce. He's only eventually going to top European clubs, but at the moment the situation is very quiet, and Man United believe internally that Rashford at the end of the summer transfer window has really, I would say, big chances, more than 50%, to continue at the club. So keep an eye on Rashford, because it could be like a new signing for United eventually.
Manchester United's summer transfer window is reaching a fascinating stage, and one of the biggest talking points among the Old Trafford faithful is undoubtedly the future of Marcus Rashford. According to multiple reports, including Fabrizio Romano, Rashford will only leave Manchester United if a genuine European giant comes forward with a serious proposal. Otherwise, the England international is expected to remain at his boyhood club. As things stand, Rashford is expected to report back to Carrington next week and rejoin Michael Carrick's squad for training. That alone is enough to divide opinion across the fan base. Some supporters believe Rashford still has plenty to offer and deserves one final opportunity to prove himself under a new tactical system, while others feel the time has come for both player and club to move in different directions. There is no denying Rashford's love for Manchester United, having come through the academy and produced unforgettable moments in a United shirt. However, football is all about performances, consistency and hunger. If he returns fully committed, works tirelessly in training and earns his place on merit, should he be welcomed back with open arms? Or has his chapter at Old Trafford already reached its natural conclusion? United fans, what would you do if you were making the decision? Would you keep Marcus Rashford, or would you cash in while there is still value in the market? Meanwhile, Manchester United continue to strengthen their plans for the remainder of the transfer window, with AS Roma midfielder Manu Kone firmly on the club's radar. Reports suggest United are closely monitoring the French midfielder and are preparing an official bid in the coming days as they look to complete the deal before the window closes. Kone is admired for his athleticism, composure on the ball, powerful ball-carrying ability, and relentless defensive work rate. Many supporters believe he possesses the qualities needed to thrive in the intensity of the Premier League and could become a key figure in Michael Carrick's midfield rebuild. With United aiming to compete for major honours once again, adding another energetic midfielder could prove to be one of the most important pieces of business this summer. Is Manu Kone the missing profile that can transform Manchester United's midfield, or should the club be targeting a more experienced world-class option? At the same time, reports from Spain have linked Manchester United with not just one but two Real Madrid midfield stars. Aurelian Tchouameni and Eduardo Camavinga are both reportedly being considered as ambitious options should opportunities arise. Real Madrid are said to be open to raising around €150 million through player sales to fund a move for Rodri, although both French internationals currently prefer to remain at the Santiago Bernabeu. If circumstances change, however, Manchester United could be ready to test Madrid's resolve. There is no doubt that either player would instantly improve United's midfield quality with their technical ability, physical presence and experience at the highest level. However, convincing Real Madrid to sell and persuading either player to leave would be incredibly difficult. It remains an ambitious situation to monitor, but in football, surprises can happen. If Manchester United could sign only one, who would you choose? Aurelian Tchouameni or Eduardo Camavinga? Another position United continue to monitor is left-back. Lewis Hall remains the club's dream target, but Newcastle United have made their stance crystal clear. The Magpies insist the England youngster is simply not for sale this summer and are refusing to discuss any valuation despite widespread reports suggesting a £60 million price tag. Newcastle view Hall as a cornerstone of their long-term project and have no intention of weakening their squad. As a result, Manchester United are now reportedly considering Arsenal's highly rated youngster Miles Lewis-Skelly as an alternative option. Lewis-Skelly is regarded as one of England's brightest young talents, but any move would also present significant challenges. The question now is whether United should continue pursuing Lewis Hall despite Newcastle's firm stance, or move quickly for an alternative before valuable time runs out in the transfer window. There is also uncertainty surrounding Joshua Zirkzee's future. Fabrizio Romano has revealed that, for the first time, the Dutch forward is genuinely exploring his options and would happily return to Italy, where he previously enjoyed his football and established his reputation. While Zirkzee undoubtedly possesses excellent technical ability and intelligent link-up play, his future at Old Trafford now appears less certain than ever before. If the right offer arrives, Manchester United may have an important decision to make. Should the club remain patient and allow him more time to adapt to English football, or would selling him and reinvesting the funds elsewhere be the smarter long-term decision? Looking further ahead, Manchester United are already planning for every possible scenario involving club captain Bruno Fernandes. Reports suggest Nottingham Forest midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White has been identified as a potential long-term successor if Bruno were ever to leave Old Trafford. Gibbs-White reportedly grew up supporting Manchester United, idolised Wayne Rooney, and dreams of playing at the highest level, including in the UEFA Champions League. However, with Bruno Fernandes expected to remain at the club this season despite entering the final year of his contract, there appears to be very little chance of United making a move for Gibbs-White before the transfer window closes. For now, Bruno remains the heartbeat of Manchester United's midfield, and replacing a player of his creativity, leadership and influence would be one of the biggest challenges the club could face in the future. Overall, this promises to be a crucial final month of the transfer window for Manchester United. Decisions surrounding Marcus Rashford, Joshua Zirkzee, and several major transfer targets could shape the direction of Michael Carrick's squad for the entire season. The club clearly wants to strengthen in midfield and at left-back while keeping an eye on future opportunities in the market. Every move made over the coming weeks could have a huge impact on United's ambitions in the Premier League, domestic cups and European competition. Manchester United's search for a new left-back is gathering serious momentum as the summer transfer window enters a crucial stage. According to reports from TalkSport, the Red Devils are now considering Fulham's Anthony Robinson as a strong alternative if they fail to reach an agreement with Newcastle United for highly rated Lewis Hall. Hall remains Manchester United's dream target, with the club reportedly prepared to spend as much as £60 million to bring the talented 21-year-old to Old Trafford. However, Newcastle are standing firm and are extremely reluctant to lose another important first-team player this summer, making negotiations very difficult despite United's strong interest. If Newcastle continue to reject any approach for Hall, Manchester United already have a backup plan in place. Anthony Robinson has now emerged as one of the leading alternatives on the club's shortlist. The Fulham and United States international has established himself as one of the Premier League's most consistent attacking fullbacks, combining blistering pace, outstanding stamina, aggressive defending and excellent crossing ability. His Premier League experience means he could adapt immediately to the demands of playing for Manchester United without needing a long settling-in period. Robinson is also expected to cost significantly less than Lewis Hall, making him an attractive option if United decide they cannot justify Newcastle's valuation. From my perspective, Lewis Hall would still be the ideal signing because of his age, enormous potential, and ability to develop into Manchester United's long-term left-back for many years. He has the technical quality, intelligence, and versatility that could make him a cornerstone of the squad. However, football is also about making smart decisions in the transfer market. If Newcastle refuse to negotiate, Manchester United cannot afford to spend the entire summer chasing a deal that may never happen. Anthony Robinson would represent an excellent alternative, bringing proven Premier League quality, experience, and immediate competition to strengthen the squad ahead of a demanding season. Now it's over to you, Reds. Should Marcus Rashford be given another chance at Manchester United? Is Manu Kone the right midfielder to strengthen Carrick's squad? Which Real Madrid midfielder would you prefer, Aurelien Tchouameni or Eduardo Camavinga? Should United continue chasing Lewis Hall or move for Miles Lewis-Skelly instead? And finally, would you keep Joshua Zirkzee or allow him to return to Italy if the right offer arrives? Share your thoughts in the comments, join the debate, and let us know exactly what you think. Glory, glory Manchester United!